Good afternoon, everyone. So this team two. So we are trying to talk about, not trying, we are talking about NEP and how it has been, able to address this 21st century skills, right? So I think most of us and all of us really thought that many of these things have been addressed, but a lot still needs to be addressed, and many things still in theory, but we need to sort of have that translated, into action. So that is one important sort of, disclaimer kind. And some of the points which have been mentioned here, this art integration and the stream learning. From STEM we are there. So now art integration is also happening. So we have moved to STEAM. Then we're talking of the blended learning, and even this multidisciplinary approach. So I think CBSE and even this NEP has been talking actually for many years. There are no these watertight compartments of arts, science, and commerce. However, what had happened possibly because of problems in schools of teachers and timetabling and so on, and so that ground realities are there. But I think gradually we are moving away from that. Then the structure, 5 plus 3 plus 3, 4. Right, what they're saying, in the initial years, the 5 years foundational literacy and numeracy, and as we move ahead to middle secondary and senior secondary stage, we are talking then of, experiential learning and so on and so forth, project-based learning, vocational learning, class 10th or 9th, 10th, and then beyond. Then research and innovation. I think this is always there, but however, I think we need to do more and more of this, and then try and sort of come up with newer ideas, and these platforms like this and meeting each other definitely will help. And also these the ATLs and others in our schools, I think that has gone a long way to do it, right? And I think it is definitely helping us. But only thing we have to change our mindset. The parents have to change their mindsets that it is not only scoring marks, in the board exams, and which will help. And what else? Yeah, vocational and skill education. I think so. Skill has to be there. This education is knowledge, skill, attitude. Knowledge we are getting, skill is much less. So we know 90% of country is unskilled or semi-skilled. And then the attitude. So both because of this skill and attitude, the problem of all unemployability and so on and so forth. So I think government over the last few years have come up with many of these skill sort of thing, including the entrepreneurships and people like Mr. Shivesh, Shivani, and everybody, I think, trying to build on these. I think, reforms in school. I think this is a big problem that all of us are school leaders here sitting, but we are not trying to break our own sort of mindsets, right? So CBSE has some guidelines. Unless we do that, I think it will be very difficult, for us to sort of. In fact, there are teachers there, Sushma, and there is one other from my previous, Sonal. I was in Patna, so that time, this 2 years ago, I said, don't do exam. The CBSE came up, and this is the right time to sort of do your own way. But that didn't happen. Again, then CBSE came. So I think we have to get out of these exams mindset, grades, and so on. So I think things will be much better. And I think that is what I feel NEP and the 21st century skills is trying to this one. But we as leaders, we have to initiate and do something very different. Just one small story. Yesterday, there one class 3 student came to me. I was going past the foundation, block. So this boy, that the teacher there, he said, he has a problem. You please answer his question. So he said, sir, how electricity is produced? Now that class 3 child is asking. Sorry, I can't tell you. I asked Mr. Himanshu of our ATL, I asked him to please take him to the ATL lab and show him the circuit and let him see how things happen. So I think that is the kind of curiosity, I suppose, that we have to develop in our schools and campuses. Thanks.